call has been made for Igbo and other inhabitants of the southeast geopolitical zone of Nigeria to demonstrate extreme caution and thoughtfulness in choosing their next set of leaders in order to stand a chance of overcoming the multifarious security and infrastructural challenges currently facing the region. To have a conversation around this matter, we are now being joined by Chief Matthew Uwaekwe, the National Coordinator of the group and a former Deputy National Chairman of the Progressive People's Alliance. You're welcome, Chief. Good morning. Good to have you in the studio.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me. And
You're
good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning. All right, I mean, talk to us about the concerned friends of Abia and the Southeast. I know that you had a press release recently showing your concerns for what is happening in Abia State, but of course in the entire Southeast, as per the kind of leadership that the zone deserves and, you know, the agenda for the Southeast. Tell us more about it and why you concerned, you know, the association, the group that you are coordinating.
You really agree with me that over the years, people from the Southeast has concentrated more, you know, emphasis on partisan politics, okay, instead of going out for credible leadership and good governance. And at the end of the day, we will end up blaming others, regions, because we have failed to, you know, focus on the real thing that will benefit the people of the Southeast and Nigeria in general. So that led to reorganizing for some credible people to look into what is actually going on. We found out that, we're in PDP. Some people will be in PDP when they fail to realize the ambition. Yeah. The next thing is to move to another political party, to accept, you know, who will accept them. And then no one wants to accept criticism. And you are aware that any good institution or leadership or administration or government that does not want criticism finds it difficult to get it right. So today, what we believe that is important is good leadership, irrespective of party affiliation. Okay. We must look for, whether you are an APC, a credible, visionary, purposeful leader who has the interest of the people of Nigeria at heart. This is very, very important in leadership. Yeah. So dwelling on APC, if you're an APC, whatever happens or you do is right. If you're in PDP, whatever happens in is right. It's not the way to go about it. Even in outside countries, when I was in the US, people who are in Democrats also criticize certain policies in order to make it right. Yeah. Republican does the same thing. In the UK, Labour Party, Conservative, all these things, because what we need, once you are a leader, you are not a leader of APC, you are not a leader of PDP, You are a leader of either a state, leading the people, or a leader of a nation, leading the entire country.
But what was the thrust of your message, the press statement that you issued on behalf of the concerned friends of Abia and Southeast? What key things did you release to the public?
Yeah, one of the key things we emphasized on is credible leadership to emerge. And at the era or the time of recycling leadership is over. It's old-fashioned. All this godfatherism, when you are leaving power, you insist that you must get someone who replaces you. If you have discharged your duty the way it's supposed to, you don't bother who
succeeds you.
Yes, who succeeds you. But here, you see that people emphasize much. Like now is a political season time. What most of the governors are trying to do is to get people who will replace them, not looking at that person's credentials. Will he perform? Will he do the duty that he is called to do? I'm not saying that a governor does not have rights. He's a free citizen of the country.
Yes.
The Constitution allows freedom of speech and freedom of association and all the rest. Then he is free to nominate. But to choose who leads,
to impose,
is impose and to lord it over others is what this group is, worried about and we're against. The governor can nominate. It is his constitutional right.
yes,
Like you, I can nominate. But who allow the masses? Who is going to employ? Who is going to pay for the services the person is rendering? To choose who leads them. Not the governor will want to nominate, and then he wants to impose that candidate. So that is why one of the reasons, after our research, we found out that things are not going the way it's supposed to go. Last in Ogun State, for example, in 2019, the governor wanted a different candidate. But the people there said no. They wanted some person. Then that person emerged because the election, the primaries, everything was transparent. And when you go to Ogun State now, you will see that the leadership there now is trying to make things better than he made it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
When one is nominated or selected by a governor, your loyalty is no more to the masses who employed you. Your loyalty is to the person who appointed you.
to the benefactor.
Yes.
So,
Thank you. Well, let's come in now. I accept a lot of what you've said. Definitely, it makes sense to prioritize good governance and leadership as opposed to partisan politics and looking at a political party. But I'm sure that it's also important to look at individuals on an individual basis and see how those candidates proffer solutions that many people would want. So on the one hand, it's clear that many Igbo populations may feel disenfranchised when it comes to the federal level of politics, the presidential level of politics in this country, which is why we've seen a growing call and clamoring for more candidates from certain parts of the country to make their nominations or make their ambitions known. And just at the beginning of our show, we were able to declare exclusively that Rotimi Amechi, the current Minister for Transportation, has formally declared his intention to run for president. He is from River State originally, south, but does also have Igbo backing, Igbo heritage. As an Igbo man yourself, what do you think about his declaration first and foremost? And do you think it will do enough to sanitize or to satisfy the people who have been clamoring for an Igbo president?
Well, you see, Amechi is an individual and he's a free citizen of this country. Then he has been, speaker, he's been governor, he's been a minister. There is nothing wrong if he aspires to become a president. But what is important is, does he have what it takes to lead the people, to bring the people together?
Do you think he has what it takes?
That's what I'm saying. That's what is important. Then, when we come to that, we must look at his credentials, his performance. What is his intention to take the lead? People aspire to be somewhere. For example, a couple of weeks ago or months ago, I saw you, reporting from outside the country.
Yes.
With the APs and all that. Some people might want this job just to have the opportunity to travel. But some might have the interest for this job in order to make people really understand what is going on outside where it stays. So it is two things. Is that because you've been a governor, you've been a speaker, you've been a minister, then the next thing is you want to be a president. Then everybody must, follow that course. To me, leadership is not about all this. I'm not saying he's not qualified.
Yeah.
You understand? The time has come when, if you want to become a leader, either in a state, local government, or, regional leader, or a national leader, then you have to bring, we have to look into your scorecards. What is your intention? What do you have on board to bring to the people? Because it is important.
Yeah.
Good leadership, we must agree.
He actually spoke to in his, declaration, which is up on his social media handles everywhere
Yeah,
now.
We've had all this.
He mentioned some of the things that you're asking, actually, his experience, what he intends to do. He highlighted areas that he thinks that intervention, will be critical. But my question to you, based on Adefemi's initial question, is to follow up. As the coordinator of an important group representing the Southeast, would you consider Rotimi Chibuike Amechi acceptable as an Igbo candidate if he gets the ticket for the APC?
To me, he's a Nigerian, and if he becomes a candidate, he represents the entire nation. But what my own point there is not who, personality or whatever. Is what do you have? We've had all this over the years.
You do not think that the agitation to have an Igbo president in 2023 is valid enough? A lot of people, that's what they are rooting for, particularly from the southeast.
To me, yes, it's a call in the right direction, in that every individual, as enshrined in the Constitution, has right to aspire and to lead this nation, whether you are from minority or... Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
It doesn't matter. But what is important there, the key point, is not who becomes, is what do you have for the people of this country? Because there's something that has eluded the people of this nation over the years.
Yes.
And it's good leadership. So when I was the chairman of PDP in the United States,
PDP?
Yes. Okay. During the time of Barnabas Gimade, yes, the first visit that the former president Olusegun Obasanjo paid to the country, we sat down and said, we have a lot of Nigerians who are doing well here in the US. If there's a way you can incorporate them so that they can replicate all these things over here. And he listened and selected few. Then, when I was the chairman of PDP as well, Pius Ayim was the Senate president. I received him, I arranged a meeting when he visited the US, to have a breakfast meeting to discuss some ideas with the former President George Bush in Washington. He came, we met, and then some of the things we discussed in terms of legislations, he said, okay, they will put it into consideration and all that. So there are a lot of people who are qualified to take the lead. If they are from Igbo, which, is also an agitation in the right direction, and there are some other ethnic groups that are also agitating. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So we should de-emphasize on where is it coming from, but rather emphasize on what is he coming to do for the country.
All right, Chief Uwaekwe, we want to thank you so much for coming on the show this morning, and we wish you all the best with the Friends of Abia and Southeast. I'm sure that all you have said, will count in people choosing the best leaders for the country. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.